It is sort of a difficult thing to put all these stories of my past into perspective. Last November 1st, I turned 80 years old. And it was sort of interesting that people indicated I was getting old. Well, not wanting to be difficult, I agreed with them and started to feel my age. Sure enough, I did have some aches and pains that seemed to verify their observations. Well, as soon as you allow that outlook into your worldview, it is a bit of a self fulfilling prophecy. I only tell you this sad story to point out that there are a lot fewer marbles rolling around upstairs than there used to be. These stories, at least most of them, were responses to questions asked through the medium of the Storyworth Company. I answered all the questions posed and added some of my own, plus put in some of the fiction stories I've written. I've also rearranged some of the questions posed in the last part of the year up front here as a way of telling you who your author is. One of the things that I've also taken note of are all the incidents and events that were not recorded here. Life, as you well know, can be a hot boil or a slow boil. A lot of my life was a hot boil, but in all fairness, I have to say that many of my best moments happened on low, cold, or slow boil. The interesting thing there is that it's a lot more difficult to record those slow boil events because they are buried in life's daily grind and in the tedium of daily living rituals. A way of saying that those moments don't lend themselves to the storied format. I have also pointed out somewhat herein that this is somewhat of a sanitized description of my life by what I've left out and not spoken to. That's a way to say that I'm a flawed and imperfect person and really did not want to take you into the stories and issues that I have not solved. Now, I don't want you to think that I did anything nefarious or illegal. I just want to point out that looking into the quirks, mistakes, and foibles of long ago is like checking a dirty diaper. In truth, it is a reality check, but in regards to looking forward, I think it's not something you want to actively pursue. I was thinking of naming this book Bruised and Battered, but that would contradict and ignore my prime directive, which was to have fun. I'm a helpless romantic who has chased dreams and ethereal visions only to bump up against a hard and relentless reality. The irony to that was, it's that very combination of things and events that gave generously of lessons. The beauty and magic of life seems to reside in just what is. I do not know if anyone will ever read any of this, but I can say with certainty that it has been a fun effort to document all of this for me. Life is so short, and the end seems to beckon as you get older, with the promise of a release from some of those aches and pains. Looking into and through that gestalt oddly only makes life seem more magical, even as it is coated with an old man's nostalgic vision. It seems to me we are all on a journey to somewhere. It's impossible to decipher another individual's desired destination. I don't think it's even necessary, or that we should even want to. I do think we should try to facilitate and support our brothers and sisters on their pilgrimage. It was Abraham Lincoln who said, "Every man is said to have his peculiar ambition." I thought maybe by describing my stumbling and clumsy efforts, I might hopefully support your endeavors, dear reader. Anyway, you will take what you want and leave the rest, which is always the case. I hope at least that you will find something either entertaining or valuable here for your vision quest. I'll leave you in the moment with a Tao saying, "The journey is the reward."